ETFs are exchange traded, which means they're subject to exchange rules, which means they're not tradable over the weekend and some holidays, etc. This is why the market has been quite quiet over the weekend. This is the first weekend since the ETFs started trading. Now, because of that, there's been relatively low volume, relatively speaking, to what should be coming in. So Bitcoin has been able to behave in a normal way because, of course, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency and there is no such limitation on crypto. Crypto trades 24/7, 356 days every year, right? So apparently two things are happening in the market at the moment. Apparently, because I have no evidence, I'm going off what people are saying, Grayscale is selling their Bitcoin because a lot of people who had been locked in their fund have had an opportunity to sell, whereas they couldn't sell before. So some are taking the opportunity, and for them to cash out, Grayscale has to sell the Bitcoin so that they can sell the fund. The other thing, which is actually more significant, is that apparently quite a few miners are selling their Bitcoin. And the reason, or the reasoning I've seen elsewhere, is that these miners aren't selling Bitcoin because they don't believe it anymore. It's because they're planning ahead, because we're heading towards a halving, which is happening pretty soon. And effectively, it's going to get harder to mine Bitcoin, which means they need stronger equipment. In order to be able to mine the same amount of Bitcoin that they're mining now, they're going to need twice the power or twice the equipment. So miners are selling so that they can purchase equipment so that they can carry on mining Bitcoin at the present rate. So in a way, that's kind of bullish because they also are looking forward to the halving just as we are. Soon as they stop selling and Grayscale or whoever else stops selling, the price of Bitcoin is going to slowly return to what we saw before. And I think that come tomorrow, when trading kicks off again, we're going to see something similar to that pump that we had a couple of days ago when the ETFs were announced or approved. And we're going to see Bitcoin very, very easily race past 47,000, in my opinion. No financial advice, of course. Do your own research. Now, two coins that I think are going to do very, very well next week are Solana and Ethereum. The rationale behind Ethereum is simple. People are expecting it to do what Bitcoin is going to do, right? They think Ethereum is going to be the next ETF that's going to be approved. We already know that the likes of BlackRock have submitted applications for ETFs. The date for that is sometime in August, so end of summer. But before you know it, August is going to be around the corner. Also, it's going to be on the other side of the halving, which means the market will already be pumping quite hard. And then we're going to get an Ethereum ETF possibly. And that's just going to catapult the price of crypto generally into the stratosphere. Another coin that I think is going to do extremely well next week is Solana. And the reason why I say Solana is this weekend, most cryptocurrencies took a bit of a dive because, of course, Bitcoin took a bit of a dive. So that drove everything else down. Apart from the coins that pumped so hard like Ethereum that didn't really dip that much, relatively speaking, Solana did dip quite a lot, right? But of all of those coins, the big caps, Solana has made a full recovery. It even pumped over $100 just a couple of hours ago as I was watching the chart. As you can see, it did a little bit of a pump where it went over 100. It reached $102 and then back down again to about 95. Now it's on its way back up again, right? Now, if you compare that to Bitcoin, you can see where Bitcoin dragged it back down. So Solana is blue. As you can see, Solana did a bit of a pump here. And then Bitcoin basically dragged it back down with the others. And of course, you see, it's kind of like turned around and started heading up north again. So come tomorrow, I think we're going to see a huge pump in Solana. Not financial advice, of course, but in my opinion, I think Solana is going to reclaim that $120 mark for the recent high and smash through that. It might even visit something like $130 sometime in the coming week. Another reason why I think Solana is going to do very well is that despite the FUD, right, there's a lot of FUD that's going around concerning Solana at the moment. And in the face of all that, Solana continues to pump. Why? Because Solana is a darling of the establishment. Coinbase is dealing with Solana. Coinbase now has Solana network, and Solana tokens are being listed in Coinbase, including Bunk, a meme coin. So Coinbase is in bed with Solana, and Coinbase is in bed with the establishment. So big companies love Solana, and a lot of volume is going to flow into Solana no matter what. Let me show you some FUD that should have scared away a lot of people, but just didn't. This bit of FUD here would have scared the bejesus out of most people and caused most of the tokens to take a bit of a dive. But Solana just basically weathered it. It was water off a duck's back. Over 4 million stolen from Solana wallets in sophisticated phishing attacks. Okay, in recent reports, blockchain security platform Scam Sniffer has revealed that there is a new wave of sophisticated phishing attacks in the Solana ecosystem. The report stated that these Solana wallet drainers have now stolen over 4 million in user assets from 4,000 victims in the past 30 days. I don't know if that's a lot compared to other cryptos, but that seems like a lot to me. Okay, that seems like something that should scare people that use Solana, right? And kind of scare retail off of Solana. Or could it just be that this is a ploy to scare retail off Solana? Who knows? In a post on January 13, Scam Sniffer shared information on these new sophisticated attacks aimed at Solana wallets. The Web3 anti-scam platform stated that phishing attacks on the Solana network often center around direct access transfer and exploiting vulnerabilities in transaction simulations. They also highlighted the two scammers behind these waves of attacks, namely the Rainbow Drainer and the Node Drainer. So they know who the scammers are. They might not know who they are personally, but they know their moniker or their hacking name. Hackers are notorious for having hacking names that are, recognizable because they leave a kind of signature or whatever, and that's supposed to be a vanity thing and often leads to their arrest. I won't be surprised if the authorities are onto them. According to Scam Sniffer, its earliest discovery of the Rainbow Drainer was on December 16th, 2023, after one of their victims filed a report of an airdrop phishing event. Again, a lot of these hacks, quote unquote, aren't technological hacks because blockchain is extremely difficult to hack actually. A lot of these hacks are social engineering attacks, phishing, emails. Please click on here, and they play on people's greed and people's fear and people's incompetence or people's lack of understanding of how technology works, right? So naivete, not necessarily their own fault, right? The Rainbow Drainer steals from unsuspecting users who unknowingly approve malicious transactions. Exactly, unknowingly. In addition, these scammers employ anti-simulation measures which conceal alternations in the wallet balance of their victims using data from Dune Analytics. Scam Sniffer reports that the Rainbow Drainer has struck 2,189 Solana users, looting 2.14 million in assets. Wow. These include 465,817 bunk, ouch, 173,382 zero, 165,932 USDT, and 116,612 MSOL, and 93,266 USDC, among others. So indiscriminate of the actual token, these tokens are being drained from people's personal wallets, right? The Solana Node Drainer began operation during the Christmas period, according to Scam Sniffer report. What a Grinch. The anti-scam platform states that this scammer has now snatched 2.03 million worth of tokens from 1,759 victims in the last 2 weeks. Of this loot, Scam Sniffer also noted that the Node Drainer has already swapped some USDC for ETH, recording over 1 million in profit. Imagine that. Now, if you think about it, 1 million in profit, this is enough money to have an organization that's dedicated to doing this. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these so-called scammers, hackers, whatever you want to call it, social engineers, are state-sponsored, right? Sometime in the past, they found some groups that are based in North Korea, in like Belarus or whatever, and some of these groups are sponsored by state. So they're provided a working space and resources by the government of the countries that they work in. And their job is to siphon money from unsuspecting users around the world for the benefit of their state. So they're not necessarily individual hackers sitting in their mom's basements, but sometimes they are. The security platform admonishes all crypto users to stay alert, be careful, etc. So like I said, not financial advice, do your own research, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.